Maybe you know, if I get there, there's gonna happen.
Oh, my bracelets. No, I just. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this started. And you all join me with saying the pledge. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. We'll move on to item number 2. We're appointing a zone 5 resident to the vacated trustee zone 5 position. So with this, we had 4 qualified candidates that have applied. I read through the applications. I know the other members of the board did on their own. All 4 applications to me look very well. And I know at this time, if anybody would like to make a nomination based on the applications that they were presented. Have any comments?
I just wanted to say also that the applications were absolutely great. I mean, they had wonderful backgrounds. And I think that one thing that stuck out to me was that they all have the youth of this district totally in mind. And that seemed to be the forefront of all 4 applications. I just wanted to make sure that that was very well known, and this being an appointment, those people have the opportunity to run for the position later on too, so.
I completely agree.
I do as well, and one thing that really stood out for me is all 4 of them really want to see the education. That was a primary concern. We had other concerns, but the primary concern was for education. So I thought that was really good.
So this time, we'll take our motion for nomination.
I would like to move to appoint John Bediganetta for Zone 5 resident to the vacated trustee Zone 5 position.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, is there any further discussion? All in favor? Sharon, will you call roll call?
Sure. Trustee Knox? Aye. Trustee Perez?
Aye.
Trustee Donahue?
Aye.
Mr. Chair?
Okay, so we move on. You can come forward, sir. We have an oath to administer. Sharon has an oath to administer to you.
Yeah, watch your step. So you will be taking your seat next to Superintendent Gilbert. But you might as well remain standing. If you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of Idaho,
Constitution and the laws of the state of Idaho,
and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge all the duties
of the office of trustee
of the office of trustee
of Mountain Home School District Number 193
of Mountain Home School District number 193
in Elmore County,
in Elmore County,
state of Idaho,
state of Idaho,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations. Thank you. Now there's also. So there's, so is that your seat? So I'll need you to sign your name there on that top section. And then behind that is the trustee code of ethics that also needs to be signed.
So this appointment will expire in the election of 2027. You choose to run again at that point. Anyone else? So we'll move on to good news. Get Ms. Cruiser to come forward.
Robin, would you come up here, please?
So we wanted to celebrate Robin Riley. She is our librarian. 3 years ago, we were unable to find a music teacher, and so we had to quit teaching music at school. And Robin came to me and she said, "Can I teach music?" And I was like, "I don't know, can you?" And she did. She taught herself how to teach or how to play the recorder. So she listens to 100 fourth graders play the recorder. They're excited. She's excited. She loves it. And our students have really benefited from it. They get excited. They rotate library and music every other time they go see her. And they get super excited. All of our kids really enjoy that they still have that music program. So we appreciate her. She also covers my lunch duty when I'm responsible for it. So I also want to thank her for that. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, as some of you know, I moonlight as an assistant coach for the girls varsity basketball team, and I'd like to report that we had a very successful season this year, winning the district championship and bringing home a third place trophy. But the reason I'm here is to thank Tiger Nation, which is the community of Mountain Home, and the support they showed for the girls basketball team this season. Really cool to see the district championship being hosted at our home court. Awesome to see all your faces there. Great move by the school district to allow all students to attend for free to that game. And then we progressed to the state tournament. And that Thursday morning of the state tournament, all the coaches get together and have a breakfast. And we meet with our host sites, and ours was Mountain View. So the athletic director met with the 5A and 6A coaches there. And kind of the joke was thrown out there. He heard apparently the whole town of Mountain Home was coming, so that Thursday night, or it was a Thursday afternoon game, you don't get large crowds, but again, the school district really stepped up, provided 2 student buses. And I think we had 240 students show up for that game, paid for too. So they got in for free for that game. And then on Friday night, kind of the same thing, and Saturday night. But if you looked out into the crowd, especially where I was sitting, it was really cool to see the community support just these girls. But I saw faces I haven't seen in a long time. I saw teachers, I saw students, I saw community members I haven't seen in a while. I had friends that I haven't talked to in years come to these games. So again, I just want to thank Tiger Nation, and I don't have a certificate, but we were awarded the sportsmanship state award, which is in the trophy case forever. So it's better than certificate, I think. So if you want to go check it out, it's in the trophy case, but thank you, Tiger Nation. Thank you, the district, for that support. I also, trustee, is it your birthday today? Hey. I think you're 3 years old, so happy 27th birthday. So, yeah, thank you very much.
I've never used this.
Hoping to escape.
All right, so we move on to reports. Mr. Gilbert.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, a couple of updates here. The first one I want to update on our facilities funds that we received from the state last year. If you remember, that was a bill that was passed that provided $14 million in state funding for our facilities for a 10-year period. And so we have been actively working to get RFPs out for projects and really looking at priority projects and trying to get those things rolling. So right now we've only spent about $185,000 of that, but we've got approximately $1.5 million in projects ready to go for spring and summer. And the ones that you'll notice, parking lots at every school are in pretty rough shape. And so we do have an RFP going out on those. One of those is for the junior high. That's going to be, we got a preliminary on it at about $366,000. But I think what you'll see with some of these is we're going to run into a barrier also in availability of contract work with some of these projects. But really, we're looking at HVAC systems that are critical, water and sewer that are critical. And so those would be the priority. I think of it as projects that have to be completed to keep our doors open. And so that's really where we're looking with those. Again, I just want to reiterate, that's all the money we're going to get from the state for 10 years. And so we're going to try to make this work as best we can to address as many needs as we've identified in that 10-year plan. And then the other update I wanted to give was just an update on the situation we had over at the high school last week with the student bringing the gun to campus, and just want to commend the high school staff for the speed of response on that. And, you know, without getting into a lot of detail on this, as this is an issue that will come in front of the board, you know, we had a student who absolutely did the right thing. We had a very quick response from law enforcement and from our school staff, and really a situation that could have become much worse was contained in a really quick time. So just want to commend our staff for that. And, you know, it's always really easy to second guess how a situation is handled. But I can tell you, after we've sat down and reviewed how this whole thing went, I think that was the appropriate response. Again, just a little bit of detail on this. It was reported that a student had a gun in a bag in school. And so typically you would think you put a school into lockdown. The decision was made to not alert the student that brought the gun to school. And so they knew exactly where the student was, and they were able to intervene before that student had the ability to react any further. So I just again want to thank our staff for that. It's a scary thing. And sometimes when you live in a smaller community, you don't ever envision those kind of things happening. But, you know, the reality is that's the world we live in today. And so we'll continue to review how we respond to incidents. And again, I think the more we can do collectively as a community, the better it is for everyone. So just wanted to give an update on that, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
So I got a question for you on the parking lot of the junior high.
Yes.
Is that including out on the field?
No, that'll be just for the actual stuff that is paved right now, including the back drive into there.
Are we looking to do the gravel one at all?
You know, it's not high on the priority list with the trustee Knox, but I do think there's some things we can do to that existing overlay to help maintain it for a longer time, but it's not currently in what we've had Albert and Scott work on RFP wise for parking lots.
We still have those piles over there, the tear off they did when we were 18th, right? That was supposed to be in the other part.
Yeah, I think all of that's been spread. I'm just trying to think.
There's not much left.
There's not, yeah.
We'll move on to the Board of Trustees Public Engagement Report. Does anybody have anything to?
I just chatted with a parent on the student situation, so I had a phone call on it, so. I think hopefully we're getting resolved.
Anybody else? You have any public input, Albert? Let's move on to approval of the agenda. Addendums. We can actually approve the agenda.
So we,
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, consent agenda. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda unless anybody wants something pulled out.
That's so good.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Delegations, there are none. Finished business, there is none. Mr. Gilbert, you're up again. Approval to increase substitute pay.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, in your board packet this month is a proposal to increase our substitute pay. This is something I feel strongly that we need to do to help continue to encourage folks to join our sub pool. Kind of the short of it is moving our certified substitute pay from 95 a day to 110 a day. And then our classified substitute pay from 75 to 90. One of the things I'd also like to explore in this is some additional opportunities there for people who serve, more than X number of days a semester or a month. And have an incentive there. I'm not sure, we're gathering some information on that, but I think the more we can do to help improve that pay, it's a better draw for people that are looking. These rates right now still put us, we're certainly not on the high end for sub pay with this. I would even say we're in the middle of the pack with it, but it's a definite improvement. And if you approve it tonight, we'll put it into effect for what will be the next payroll cycle. So I would ask for your approval of the substitute pay increase. And I'd be happy to answer any questions like that.
So the proposal you said puts us back, no,
I would say it's like right below that, yeah, low middle, like it's comparable if you go this direction, not comparable compared to Boise and West State there.
What's the cost?
So, yeah, we didn't cost out what this will be. And it's hard to say what your overall cost is until you look at the end of the year at the number. But we can certainly provide that information, trustee Billy, that.
any question? So I'll entertain a motion on this.
I'll make a motion to approve the substitute pay increase.
Second.
We have a motion with a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay. Approval of use of football equipment for summer training and camps, Mr. Gilbert.
Mr.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman,
oh no, special board meeting, I'm sorry, I skipped one. That's my fault. So we need to schedule a special board meeting, executive session only, if I'm reading this correct, for student matters, for April 3rd.
Yes.
At 6 o'clock.
Very good with everybody. Good with you, sir? Yes. We can take a vote on it.
No, but you need a motion.
Second.
So we have a motion with a second. Why do we need a motion if we don't need to vote?
Because you're approving scheduling a special board meeting.
Okay. Now we're going to the football equipment.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, in your packet this month, you have a letter from Coach Rayfield asking for approval to use the football equipment for spring football, which is March 17th through the 26th for our 5th through 8th graders. The reason the request needs to be made is it's an insurance coverage issue on this, and so in his letter, he states that by paying the league fee, the insurance at that time covers that, but I also would like to include in this the request for them to use it in the summertime. During that time, catastrophic insurance isn't covered by the IHSA, but that way it allows our kids to go to summer football camps and use their equipment.
Well, we've done this every year.
Yeah.
Make a motion.
So,
Okay, all in favor?
aye.
So executive session, for possible action on personnel matters. Take a motion to move to executive session at this time.
I so move.
All in favor? Right. Roll call.
Trustee Knox.
Aye.
Trustee Chris.
Aye.
Trustee Donahue.
Aye.
Trustee Busy Gannett.
Aye.
And Mr. Chairman.
Aye. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of School District number 193 recess from an open meeting into the following executive session pursuant to Idaho Code Title 74, Chapter 2, Section 74-202, subsection 3, subsection 4, subsection C, subsection 6, subsection A, open meeting, regular meeting, executive sessions, Section 74-204, subsection 3, open meetings, executive session, 74-206, subsection 1, subsection B, to consider the evaluation, dismissal, or disciplining of a public school employee, Idaho Code. Be it further resolved, following the executive session, the Board of Trustees will convene into a public session for further business and adjournment of the meeting. We're in executive session.